So welcome back to another video on the channel, guys. This is Tech and Gaming Reviews. Today I want to talk a little bit about OLED TVs again and how incredible that they are, especially if you are a true hardcore gamer, that they are literally the best place to play games in terms of picture quality, low input lag, and just the overall gaming performance that you get with an OLED. Now, that's not to say that some LED TVs are not good, because there truthfully is a good selection of LED TVs that absolutely have very similar specs of gaming performance, not like, the cleanness or contrast or anything like that, but in terms of like input lag and just the overall, game performance of being able to hit, 4K at 120 hertz or 4K at 144 hertz, just depending on the model and the brand that you do get. However, I can actually safely say that now we have almost had OLED for about going on 3 years right now. Our LGC one is going to be turning 3 years old in just a few more months, this coming up July. And it has been still an impressive TV, still to this day, like no joke. Like, it is still that freaking good, even with all the new TVs that we got, such as like the Samsung S90C, the LG C3, and as well as last year's LG B4, which I honestly thought that the B4 actually had better color than the C1 and especially the C3. But OLED just in general is just going to be the best bang for your buck. And if you watch, TV, places like CES and whatnot, OLEDs have always won, for best picture quality and just best TVs for gaming every single year for like the last several years. Now, they are still a bit pricier than compared to LED TVs. So if you definitely are on a budget, then an OLED TV is definitely going to not be the best for you in terms of pricing and such. But I can honestly say right now, with compared to pricing on some LED TVs, the LG B4 is definitely probably so far the best deal for an OLED TV out there. I mean, you could get a 65-inch size of the LG B4 for roughly $1,200. So almost a couple $100 more than what you will get for a TCL or a Hisense flagship mini LED TV for. And personally, I would say that the B4 is a incredible TV, especially after reviewing it just a couple of months ago. Well, technically just a little over a month. But OLED TVs are definitely some of the best technology out there, and they are getting better over time. However, I am going to say, though, if you was on, the offense of wanting to either choose between an LG C series OLED or B series OLED or a Samsung QD OLED, you're definitely going to want to get a Samsung QD OLED, as the brightness is going to be so much better, and the color reproduction is just also going to be better because it is, using a QD OLED panel instead of a regular WOLED panel, which is definitely known for not giving you as much colors and as much as, brightness as what a QD OLED can actually offer you. But also, I want to mention about some plans of possibly getting a couple more OLEDs in the future, just to do some reviews and to check out. And I'm actually leaning on getting a B5 or possibly the C5, and as well as the S90F Samsung, because OLED is just so far, like I stated multiple times, it is insanely just the best place to play games and just the best overall TV out there. So if your budget meets what an OLED, like if you can afford an OLED, then definitely you would want to get an OLED over an LCD type TV, as you're going to get better colors, better clarity, and just the overall better performance, especially in terms of gaming. And honestly, it's got us really, really excited for the future of TVs, especially in terms of OLEDs. But I am going to say, between the LG OLEDs and the Samsung QD OLEDs, I would honestly pick a Samsung QD OLED, like I stated, as you're going to get better colors, better, brightness, and just overall slightly better clarity than what you would get with a W OLED from LG. But we are looking forward to checking out a C5 or possibly the B5 and getting the Samsung S90F, because honestly, OLED I think is just at this point is what we're just going to be, sticking with for our normal, gaming usage, because OLED is just by far the greatest TV out there. And if you was to do a comparison between an OLED, a 4K OLED, to an 8K LCD TV from Samsung, you're definitely going to see that a 4K OLED, is going to look cleaner and much more crisper than an 8K LCD TV from Samsung. And that is just facts. Like there's nothing to hide about LED TVs, especially 8K LCD TVs. Like there's literally nothing to hide. It's straight up facts. A 4K OLED TV is going to look a tiny bit crisper and cleaner than an 8K LCD TV has. So if you're definitely in the market for a new TV and you want to get the best TV out there, and you're wondering like what is the best, TV out there, and if your budget can actually, reach to what OLEDs are charging for, definitely go for an OLED, because honestly, you most likely will not regret it. Now, if you're choosing between an LG W OLED or a Samsung QD OLED, this is where I would say the QD OLED is going to be your better option. But LG OLEDs are getting better over the years, and I honestly still, like I said, I still enjoy playing on my LG C1. It is definitely not as bright as our LG C3 or especially our B4. And I still think that the colors honestly still look pretty darn good on there, even though it's been reported about LG OLEDs that, the colors just always look washed out on LG OLEDs than compared to like something like a Samsung QD OLED or even a Sony W OLED. But honestly, I still think that the C1 is a awesome TV 3 years later into 2025. But honestly, OLED is definitely where you're going to want to go. If you were choosing between them, definitely go for a QD OLED. But if you definitely want to get an LG OLED, like let's say you're a LG, diehard fan, then you definitely still won't be disappointed with an LG OLED, especially something like a C5 or a B5, or especially right now, if you want to get the cheapest one on the market, being the LG B4, you definitely are still going to be very impressed. And I was still impressed with the LG B4, especially with the colors and whatnot. And this coming from somebody who also plays on a QD OLED, so I was definitely impressed with this year's LG B4. So yeah, if you definitely are in the market for a new one, I definitely would check the LG B4. But if you got a couple more $100 to spare, then definitely look at the Samsung S90D QD OLED. But OLED has definitely changed us a lot over the years, and honestly, I think that's what we're going to continue, buying and continue to game on, because the picture quality is just so perfect. The gaming performance is just, flawless, and there's just nothing that's ever going to be an OLED TV, especially in terms of picture quality, clarity, and especially gaming performance. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video for you guys. So hope you enjoy this video, and hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, and also leave us a comment down in the comment section down below of your thoughts if you are somebody that has an OLED TV and which model or which brand do you have, whether it be a Samsung QD OLED model or a LG WOLED model, and or if it's a Sony OLED model, and how is your experience with your OLED TV. So just let us know in the comment section down below of what OLED TV you have and which brand and model is it, and how is your experience with it, and if that is the best choice that you got for the bang for your buck, especially if you are a gamer out there. But tech and gaming reviews, hope you enjoy the video. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Peace out.